Oh, and welcome to another one of my videos. So, those of you who've been watching my channel, you know I put out a very angry video the other day concerning the bounce back loan situation. And believe it or not, it's actually been resolved. I don't know how or why or even what happened, but something happened and I got an email. It was at 1:30 in the morning after the video had been put out, and complete and utter shock and disbelief. So it was an email saying your account's now open. You're welcome to apply for the loan. And yeah, I ended up getting the loan through yesterday. I think it was yesterday or maybe Monday evening. And it's just been a bit of a blur. I took the first video down not because um, I'm worried about what I said. If I say something, I mean it. I 100% stand by what I said. I think it's an absolute disgrace how it's happened, not just for me, but for many thousands of people. And I think fundamentally it has, like I said, it's ruined lives that this emergency liquidity was not provided quicker. I think it's an absolute travesty. And yeah, it's not great. You know, I'm grateful I got my money in, but this is kind of only the beginning. I've taken out a very substantial loan to cover me, and I have a responsibility to myself to pay down debt to cover me. To like I've ended up paying a year's worth of rent. Just paid it up front. I paid down credit cards that were critical in terms of what I was paying in terms of interest. And I've taken apart my cash flow just to see what is critical in terms of paying, what I can kind of delay paying, how much I can put in stock, how much of a buffer I need. And I've been hunting for deals. I've ended up buying um, a substantial amount of stock. So within a few days, I've earmarked about £20,000 for stock. You know, but again, I have a responsibility to look after it. I've still got to make money. I've still got to pay down credit lines. I could just cover them, but I think how it's going to play out, I think there's going to be a lot of pain, and I think there's going to be a lot of potential opportunities coming up. That this liquidity is going to help. It's going to keep me afloat. I've been quiet for the past few days. I've just been kind of recuperating. It's been a very exhausting 4 months. I when I left Iceland, I left Iceland off the back that okay, I wasn't happy. I didn't think it would run properly, but there was going to be this liquidity that could help me and would steady the ship. And it didn't happen. So am I to blame? Slightly, potentially. I think these 4 months have been maybe the toughest 4 months of not my life, but of recent years. I've been through a lot of stuff. Okay, losing my auntie was tough. Like that's tough for everyone losing a loved one, but I felt like this was inflicted upon me rather than something that just happened. This was a monumental balls up by the powers to be, and they let down. I feel they let me down. So I end up getting an email today, and it was from the complaints team, and it just really pissed me off. It was just like, oh, just to let you know, we've sorted it, and the funds, we can see that the funds were paid into your account. Oh, and if you kind of have a problem with the service, like you can refer us to the ombudsman, and I will. That is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this to the ombudsman because I feel they let me down. And it's not about trying to squeeze money out of them. It's about they need a kicking over this. Someone needs to bite the bullet on this. And I think if there's enough people that complain, hopefully there will be things put in place. Okay, this is a black swan event. It was a one-off thing, you know, but it's not okay what went down. And I will take it to the ombudsman so they know exactly how I feel. And if I get a payout from that, it doesn't really matter. But they need, I think they need some harsh words and some potential action taken against them. Not just that's not me saying it because of how tough the last 4 months have been for me, but how how tough it's been for a lot of people. And if they couldn't have taken it on, if they knew they couldn't take it on, why take it on? They weren't forced to take it on. They could just turn around to the government and said, we need to share this equally with other banks. I heard somewhere that they were taking money to sign people up, and that's a failure of business. They've overpromised and grossly underdelivered. So yeah, I've got my funding. You know, I'll be fine. I'll be okay. It's okay. And I wasn't. It was just a sheer shock of the email, because when I put my last video out about this topic, I was like, I'm done. I've got nothing left to give. I've thrown everything at this, and I've got reserves, and I'll be okay. But I'm suffering. I've suffered a lot to put myself in that position. I feel tired. I spent the last few days not really doing much, and the as the weeks and the months have gone on, I'm able to get less out of myself than I could. So that shows that I'm run down. So yeah, the funding's in. I will look after it, and I'll make sure that I do the necessary things for my business and make sure that it gets paid back. It is a loan agreement. It's not free money. It's something that debt. I've always said debt is one of those things. It's like a tool. You know, it can build great things, or it can take your fingers off or maim you. And that's very much true. So yeah, I just wanted to give an update. One thing I did want to say was I wanted to thank everyone who messaged me and who gave me words of support. It's not often I lose my rag. That was actually a second take as well. So the first take, I was calling people catapults and cats. You can read between the lines on that one. And I was thinking about, I was like, I can't put that out. As much as I'm frustrated and I'm angry, it's probably too much to put out. But it kind of highlighted a lot that there's a lot of good people in this community. I had two people say to me, if you need a loan, I'll do it. Not a problem. And I appreciate that. It doesn't solve anything, but I appreciate that the offer was there. And, I found that a lot of people in this community are amazing people. They genuinely are hardworking individuals who look out for their community. And that's something that I love about this community. It's one of the reasons I love doing what I do, because I get to converse with people like this. So I do appreciate it. It doesn't go. I don't miss. Unmissed, or I do see these things, and I think it's great. There was another dealer the other day who put out a post about mental health. Maybe as a community, we need to do more in terms of this type of thing. It certainly got me thinking. I do speak to a lot of people, and there are a lot of support people. Maybe we need to, as a group, work out if we just want to be a group that trades, or if we want to be a group that trades and also has a social footprint that does good for the community that we serve. So it is a happy ending for me. It doesn't feel like a happy ending. It feels hard fought. It doesn't feel like a victory. But I will live to fight another day. And I thought I'd update you on that. I have taken the other video down. And like I said, I stand 100% by what I said. I just don't want two conflicting videos, because you don't always see things, or things don't always get put on YouTube when it's pushed in a linear fashion. It can be a bit random, and if one video's gone viral and the other hasn't, it looks like it hasn't been resolved, and I don't want that to happen. So yeah, as always, I wish you a great day. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for listening. And all the best. Peace out.